Hello, welcome back. Right, last video I showed you how the universe was created from day dot all the way through and showed you how everything comes from the letter C. You know, these are C's. You see, the first dot was made, then the rays of light came out and there was 6. And these give us the letter C. So the very first shape in existence was this shape, or the letter C. From the letter C, this then made into a circle, was the next step. The rays of lights connected up and it formed as a circle. So these were the steps that were followed, all from the letter C. And this also gave us, the first circle also gave us a rounded C. So we ended up with a V-shaped C and a rounded C. And as you will see, every single thing that you know has been created from those two principles. Also, just quickly to cover it, while I was looking through these, you can also see it's the principle of the spider web, etc. Obviously it's the sun, the stars, the clouds, the skies, the flowers. I could probably even get an insect somewhere out of it. I was thinking if you joined all the circles up you could probably get a snake, but anyway. So that's our universe. So just to show you some evidence of this as well, of what else you can find out from this letter C, from the very first creation. Here, as you can see, I've written the two combinations of how you can write the letter C. Straight lines or circular. So take the straight lines, join them up, reflect them. Reflect them in the other ways that you can reflect them. Like so. So that is that put into a glyph, as we would call it. To add these would simply be, it would be a reflection, so it's quite tricky. So in the centre would be, the reflection would be 3, giving us our very first number. The very first number, as I've showed you in the other videos, was number 3. This is why we work from the reflection 3 and E. So 3. So in reflection, it would be, if I can ever get these words the right way up, I think it's more like that, then like that. So in reflection, it looks like that. So this is the glyph of what our C's very first creation gives us. And I don't know if you can see what it appears to be. It's a bit like a cat. In fact, I know for a fact that Iris is a cat, but I'm not going to talk about that. So anyway, that's what that creates, which is quite interesting, I suppose. So now to move on to show you something even more interesting. Time. Time. How do we get a glyph from time? Right, well I'll show you the glyph from time. First of all it goes, it, me, and then might. Okay, they're just anagrams, they're quite simple to see. Next, reflect. So, in principle, you've got I, T, B, and E. Right? So that gives you your glyph. So let's try and do that a little bit neater, because then I can show you what develops from it. So the glyph for a time will be something like this. Now, that those of you that know these kind of things, you'll find that that is the symbol, or is part of our brain. And just to prove it, it says it. B, R, turn it round sideways, A, turn it round the other way, same thing, I, and then turn it around and you get N. Brain. So from time, you can get the symbol, and you can also get the word brain. So that's where time leads you. Now it gets even cleverer. So we can take our lovely symbol, which we now know is the symbol of our brain and the symbol of time. Let's make it a bigger one. Right, so we've got that symbol. Now we know that the first letters, or the letters as I've showed you before, of T and Y, they're a reflection of each other, and E was our first one, giving us yet. So yet, what's to come? Time itself, the Holy Spirit is another way of putting it. So we've already got our E's, so let's put on our T's and our Y's. So let me make sure I put it in the right order. Yeah, that looks good. So T and Y. Right, I think that's about right. So I don't know if you can notice that. The principle there, it's not the greatest drawing. In fact, I'll show you one that I did earlier. If Karen can zoom. You want to zoom right here, Kaz, where my finger is.
Yep.
Yep. As you can see, it's actually the principles of music, being the drum kit and the cymbal, and also it's a pair of eyes, or an owl's face, you could say. Interestingly, if you take our C's in reflection, so let's say, which way we should do it? Yeah, let's do it that way. So let's say a 3 that way, and then put a line, and then do a 3 like that. You'll find you get teeth. As silly as it seems, but it's true. So anyway, from the word time, you can get the glyph. The glyph is the glyph of the brain. And from the brain, you can reflect it, and you can get symbols for music or for body, but also you can get all sorts of interesting things if you play about with it. I mean, for instance, we haven't turned it around this way yet, have we? So let's just do that. So let's just do that. So let's put on the Y. Put on the T. See what it is? Looks like a face to me, maybe an owl's face. It's quite fun. So what you could also do is just carry on, add an E, and add a 3. There you go, looks like it's carrying it. Anyway, there's just some glyphs, and just to show you how the letter C not only created everything, but from the letter C you can create everything. And from the word time, how you can get a glyph. So a glyph, there is a glyph that lies in everything, in all of our words. And we can find the glyph through reflection, and the glyph then reveals creation as such, whether it be music, whether it be body, whether it be stars and sky, or whether even indeed the glyph itself, which is like a cat. In fact, it is a cat, and it's Iris. Right, thanks for watching. I'll give you some more when I got it.